Hello everyone, my name is Maria. Some of you already know me from the group Downton Abbey for Everyone that I started and I'm running for 2.5 years. Originally, I was supposed to be alone here in the video, but as you can see, my lovely, wonderful and one of the kind cat Tosia decided to join me, so today you will meet both of us. As I mentioned, this is first video that I'm making about Downton Abbey. This is my new idea that I got few days ago. Till now we only interacted in the group through written posts, but I thought that it would be nice to start something new and to share our Downton Abbey love by videos. So, to start with, English is not my first language, as I already told you a few times. So if there will be any mistakes from my side, you just have to bear with me and forgive me. Today I would like to talk briefly about the reason why I fell in love with Downton Abbey. As many of you probably, we all share a different stories why we started to watch the series, why we fell in love with it. And my story is very touching for me on a personal level because my reason why I started to watch Downton Abbey is my late mother. My late mother used to watch Downton Abbey when it was aired, so if I remember correctly, it was between 2010 and 2015. It was aired in Polish TV mostly in very late evening hours, and I was working full time back then, and I had to get up every morning very early to go to work. So I didn't have time to sit and watch it with my mom when it was originally aired. Even though my mom was very persuasive, she was constantly trying to persuade me to watch Downton with her. And I always searched for excuses. Mom, I'm tired, I have to go to work today, I have to wake up early, I can't stay late and watch some series with you. And I was like, what's so special about the series? I mean, we watched many different series. Why are you so just, excited about it? And she was like, this is the perfect show for you. This is a show, a British show. You love everything British. You love the British aristocracy. You love the British royals. This is a perfect show for you. And I was like, Mom, okay, I will watch it someday with you. We will find it online and watch it together. And so it went on. The series ended. But my mom, from time to time, she was still like, oh, someday you're gonna have to watch Downton Abbey with me. And from some reason, I don't know why, I was still searching for some further excuses like, oh, Mom, not this time, not now, we're gonna watch it someday. And somewhere around June 2019, my mother sat with me by the kitchen table and she said, I'm not gonna listen to any more of your excuses anymore. You are going to watch Downton Abbey with me. If you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to watch the whole series, but just please sit with me and let's watch the first episode together. And I was like, okay. I ran out of excuses, so I just have to do what she asks me. So I found the series online somewhere, and I sat with Mom one summer evening, thinking, okay, I'm gonna watch this. I really don't want to. If it's going to be boring, I'm just gonna be straight with my mom and I will tell her that I don't want to watch it. So we started the first episode, and there wasn't much more than 5 or 10 minutes and I was totally hooked. Totally hooked. I thought, my God, my mom was right. This is the perfect show for me because I love Britain. I love British history, traditions, customs. I love old castles. I love the aristocracy. I love British royals. So I thought, my God, my mom was right. You know what they say, moms are always right, and in this case, it was entirely true. I didn't know the actors playing in Downton Abbey. I only knew Maggie Smith and Penelope Wilton because few months earlier I watched them in a movie called Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Plus, I knew Maggie from Sister Act and her other performances. I didn't watch Harry Potter, so I didn't know her from Harry Potter, but I knew her way back earlier, which is not a surprise because, Maggie was the biggest star of Downton Abbey, but I never seen other Downton actors in anything, so I didn't know any of them. When I started to watch the show, I was like totally glued to the screen. It's never, when you start to watch the show, it's rarely like you're in love with it from the beginning. Usually, from my experience, and I have watched many, many different shows in my life, usually the first episodes, the first seasons are not that interesting because, everything is just getting started, you are getting to know the characters, you're not attached to them yet, you don't have any like warm feelings towards some characters. Let's face it, first episodes and first seasons of most of the shows are simply lame. But it's not the case with Downton Abbey. From the first moment, I was like, not only because the first episode was about Titanic, and I'm totally in love with the story of Titanic. Titanic was the only movie that I went to see in the cinema 4 times. Never happened with any other movie. So the story of Titanic was very interesting, and the fact that the show started from the sinking of the Titanic made it additionally interesting for me. But what I loved the most was that the interactions, they were showing us absurd characters waking up in the morning from the long sleep, right? And here downstairs, people were hustling and bustling and working. And I was like just sitting and watching and thinking, oh my God, this is such a great show. The actors, the costumes, the interiors of the castle was just amazing, simply amazing. And we watched the whole series with mom online. And some of you, most of you, probably understand what I will say now. When we ended to watch the series for the first time, we were like, okay, we ended watching it together, so what are we going to watch next? We both looked at each other with my mom and we said, we're gonna watch Downton Abbey again. And so it started. Me and my mom were watching Downton like crazy, and I know that most of you can relate to that because most of you, Tosha, please, I'm trying to speak here, because most of you have done the same thing. We are watching the series, we are ending it, and we are starting it all over again. And additionally, we started to watch it in 2019, and that was the year when the first movie premiered in September. By September, me and my mom have already watched it like twice or maybe 3 times, I don't remember exactly. But that was an additional thrill for me back then, that there was a movie I remember when I went to see the first movie in the cinema, and there was a castle shown on the screen and the music, and I was so touched that I felt like I'm going to cry. And I thought, oh my God, I have watched, as I told you before, I have watched many different shows in my life, but none of these shows has ever made me feel so emotional. None of these shows has made me feel so connected with the characters and totally in love with the actors. Of course, I love some of them more, as you know, but we will talk about it later. And I love some of them less. I mean, generally, I think that all the actors done a great job. Maybe I just didn't put it correctly. I love all the actors, but I love some characters more and some characters less. Anyhow, since then I've watched the show 29 times, which of these 27 times with my mother. The show has been with me last year through my grieving process. It helped me to survive some of the most difficult moments in my life. It is my safe space. It is something that helps me to regain balance if I have a very difficult period in my life, and I have a very difficult period in my life for a longer while now. So Downton helps me to get into the world where everything is perfect, when everything is as it's supposed to be. I know that many of you have your own stories about how you fell in love with Downton, and I would be very, very, very happy if you could share it with me. And also, I would be very, very, very happy if you will watch this video, and if you liked it a bit, it will be very nice if you could just let me know by clicking the like button under the video. And if you like this video and you want to see more, you can also click subscribe under this video, and I promise to come back with more soon. Take care for now. Bye.